So this is in terms of the meaning of life in the context of existentialism, which through existentialism and the belief that there is no ultimate truth, that it's very much relativistic and it's just something that humans dream up, this very subjective concept of truth. And therefore that, because we all need meaning in life, and through existentialism one can actually cater the meaning to coincide with one's preferred lifestyle. So for me, having an existentialistic perspective of my life, I believe that being free, as in having the least amount of obligations and responsibilities and things to have to do, that's right. I now remember the other. So this concept of, so when you create your life like that, you can then realize, for example, for me, I wanted to look back on my life, well, in this kind of a perspective thought of this introspection that I would be doing in the future, but it's actually relevant right now. It's just a sort of a thought concept to have a frame of mind where you were seeing yourself in retrospect of looking back at yourself, at your life. And I realized and if you look up, if you see, if you just think about how much of your life you spend thinking about trivial matters like, what will I eat? When will I eat? What will I eat? When will I eat, for all the meals that you have? So there's all that thinking, right? That's just literally such it can be really viewed as a sort of really, did you want to spend your life thinking about such things? Because imagine, you might spend, if you live, say, for an average lifespan, like 80 years, you might have spent a good 20 years of that perhaps thinking trivial thoughts like, what will I eat? When will I eat? When will I go to sleep? When will I wake up? What will I wear? What will I do? Things that really just, we have this opportunity here in this life to live this amazing life. And now in this digital age, I've come up with this idea of to rid myself of as much of this trivial thought so that I may actually spend that same time having thoughts, or maybe even not having thoughts, but spending them on thoughts that I do need more than just an alarm clock version of my complex brain to use, right? So basically, I can get an alarm clock now to tell me when to eat, what to eat. Well, I already know what to eat, when to sleep, and I know what to wear or not wear in terms of clothing. And that way I've really rid myself of these trivial thoughts, which allows me to then spend those 20 years of my life that I would have been giving up in this amazing life to be thinking about such trivial thoughts. I can now think about actual life-changing concepts that allow me different perspectives and appreciation of life itself, with just having an alarm clock that tells me when to do certain things. So I can be completely in a thought, having these amazing philosophical concepts or an appreciation of life, and till the alarm says eat, and at that point I know exactly what I'm eating. I don't have to think, when should I eat, or what should I eat, and go through the supermarket going, oh, should I get this? Go walk past the cafes going, oh, should I have that? Or maybe I've eaten too much, maybe I haven't. No, I have it all set out. And also having to not care about what I wear every day because I just wear the same thing. And it just alleviates your life, strips it all of all these trivial thoughts. And when you think about it, you are what you think. And therefore, when you think these thoughts, you're being a trivial person that's just thinking trivial thoughts that I can replace with this alarm clock and have this extra 20 years to think about amazing things. And because of existentialism and because of the meaning of life that I have imbued my life with, which for me is this freedom from responsibility, freedom from trivial thought, I'm able to just exist with this knowledge that my truth is the truth, the absolute truth, for me. And everybody else has their own version of that, which a lot of people find that inability to understand that I can have an absolute truth that is an absolute truth, and then somebody else presents their absolute truth, and they can completely coexist, and I don't have an issue with having a truth that in fact sometimes is completely incompatible with somebody else's truth, because I just know that that's their truth, this is my truth, and I change my truth all the time, and it's something that I think through existentialism you can be confident in your own truth and yet be totally able to perceive that somebody else has a completely different truth, and yet be completely fine with that and have just as much respect of it being the ultimate truth as your ultimate truth, because at the end we can never have an actual objective perspective. And so it has to be fine for me to accept somebody else's truth, even if I can see evidence to the contrary, because that's their truth. And who am I to know when I'm fumbling around in my life trying to work out what things are, if my truth is more truth than their truth. I can maybe say that my truth causes me less suffering, but then that person's suffering is perhaps what they need to alleviate a sort of a deeper suffering that they would have if they didn't have an existential seeming threat, and which causes them suffering. And so they kind of just, we're all kind of just fumbling around through life. And so that's my existentialism and my way of seeing my life, and my way of not having to go through life questioning things and questioning what I should be doing when I can have the clarity of knowing that I have no idea what I'm doing.